It's 2016, Migos just dropped Bad and Bougie, Gucci's home from prison, you probably just heard of XXXTentacion, and the whole SoundCloud wave felt like it was exploding out of nowhere. The whole scene feels like it's shifting, even if you don't know it yet. And in one of your numerous Spotify playlists, there was this one guy with a name that sounded like it was trying a little too hard to fit in, and a watered down version of your favorite rapper's voice, and fashion, and hairstyle. You'd expect them to rap about the usual: women, parties, money, drugs, and yeah, they did, but that wasn't all. There was actually a layer of skill, perspective, and depth that made it feel solid. A thin line between indie rap, but that's another story. See, normally as an artist, when you're just starting out, you're completely raw, or at least raw to some degree. Over time, your art becomes more refined, more obvious. But now this kind of artists, they come as a complete package from day one. Don't get me wrong, obviously some artists are genuinely prepared right from the start, but the industry doesn't always wait for that. See, there's already a massive market out there, and with it comes a very specific idea of what the ideal artist should look like. So the industry finds someone who fits that image and gives people exactly what they think they want. And of course, huge profits to them. And speaking of profits, considering the fact that they come up with the music style, the drip, even the chains, basically owning the artist, they take a huge cut of the residuals, leaving the artist with a small part of it. It's a legitimate, legal kind of business. It's not like the artist is being tricked into it. There are signed documents, lawyers, and clear agreements. The artist, the label, they all benefit, and the music hits the audience it's meant to hit. So why do industry plants get such a bad reputation? The term industry plant is meant to call out an artist as fake. They were planted there, they didn't grind on their craft coming up, and as a result, people see them as lacking authenticity. Their fans are usually passive hip-hop listeners, or people who just got introduced to rap in the first place. You don't find their music the way it finds you, and after that one big hit, they quietly fade back into the playlist void, while the label is already cooking up the next big thing. These artists are built around momentum. When it runs out, the label barely has anything to do with them. And fans notice. They can tell when it seems too perfect and planned. That's why industry plans always get the side eye even when the music hits. And when the label finally steps away, they reach for the same formula that made them blow up. But it almost never hits the same. At the end of the day, their whole existence in the industry hinges on one thing: whether they still make money. And if not, the label drops them and moves on to the next person. When the artist runs out of sauce, they repeat the cycle again. And somewhere in the middle of all this, a real legitimate artist, someone who's actually been working on their craft, loses a spot they genuinely deserved. Because now, the audience isn't even picking what they like, they're picking whatever the label puts in front of them. And half the time, they don't even realize it. This, of course, combined with the fact that they distort what an artist's journey looks like. Someone on their bag can look at it and feel like they're doing it wrong. Suddenly, hard work alone doesn't feel like enough. Labels, seeing that they can invest in a more predictable way, they naturally shy away from real and polished talent. Eventually, we are left with artists we thought we liked, but they don't even like what they're doing themselves. It's not really any one person's responsibility. The concept of an industry plant is not exactly wrong, but the small and big effects it causes, those are definitely felt.